Yo, what's good, guys? What's good, guys? I hope everyone is well. I take this walk within nature. As I do my video, I'm going to be speaking about the power of binaural beats and what it's done for me personally, okay? So obviously my background is music production. So I've always been familiar with frequency, sound and vibration. And I know the importance of frequency and sounds, and I think this is what helped me get onto my path of spirituality, because I've been able to know that we don't have to be verbal to have an effect on the world, and this can be non-verbal with frequencies, sound and vibration. So I've known subconsciously that we don't have to be vocal to change and have an effect, or to have a cause and effect to the universe, okay? So that is what has allowed me to dive deep into mysticism and, go down this rabbit hole, which is good for me because I learn something new every day. So my first contact with binaural beats would probably be about 5 years ago. I couldn't sleep. I had a lot of insomnia, and the reason why I couldn't sleep was because I had too much brain activity going on, in the sense that I'm thinking too much. My brain is in a different state of probably alpha or beta, and it's just overthinking, you see me? So I had to listen to binaural beats to slow down the activity. My introduction was theta waves, okay? And that helped me slow down my activity, okay? So as soon as I started doing this, I was like, wow, I don't need to take no tablets. I don't need to take any drugs to slow down, because in Western world, the first thing they do anytime you're sick or have any type of illness or ailment, they draw for the capsules, they draw for the tablets, they draw for the prescriptions. You see me? And I know everything in the body can be healed, and I knew this subconsciously. So now, the first time I, this is funny. The first time I did use binaural beats, I had an out-of-body experience, and it was weird because I've never had an out-of-body experience in that ever till that time. And that was the it was either the first or second time I used binaural beats, which is really weird because I bypassed a lot of effects that you're supposed to have from having using binaural beats. The first thing you should firstly, binaural beats should be just slowing down your mind state, make you feel elevated in mood, or calm you down, or whatever frequency you're using. You see me? Because if you're using 432 hertz, that can heal your body, right? And that can get rid of fear and these kind of things. But I had an out-of-body experience, and I can tell you about it. So what happened was that I was asleep. Obviously, I fell asleep, and as I've fallen asleep, I could feel like an energy portal coming out of my body, and as it's come out of my body, I'm definitely out of this earth, out of this ether. I'm in the astral plane, and that's a fact, because I was looking from a perspective where there's stars, there's galaxies, and there's a lot of energy, right? And I guess I was disconnected from my body. That's all I can say. And then somehow, as I'm dreaming, as I'm sleeping, I've now realized, my ego has now realized, this is a dream, or this is an out of body experience. As I've realized, I'm like, damn, I'm out of my body. As I've realized, I'm trying to open my eyes. I can't open my eyes. My eyes are flickering. And then as I've opened my eyes, I feel this energy pool come back into me, and I wake up and my heart is shaking. My heart is shaking, and the first thing I did was do my Googles. Like, what was this experience? You know, because the only correlation was I was listening to binaural beats, and then I had a new experience. So I knew it was something to do with the meditation. And obviously I had insomnia. And obviously I came to the conclusion it was either astral projection or out of body experience. I still don't know to this day. If you know, please write down in the comments. And yeah, so when I had this experience, the first thing I said was, wow, there's more to this life than this 3D dimension. Because that was my first experience of mystic, what's the right word to say? Mysticism, yeah? So it was my first experience of this kind of portal of skipping this 3D dimension. So as I've had this experience now, I said, wow, I know there's definitely a higher power, a God, universe, whatever you want to call it. There's definitely a higher power. I knew that. And I knew that also that you just don't die. You don't just die. Like, that is definitely not what happens, okay? And I've always known this anyway. But to actually feel and experience something that made me come to this conclusion is always good on your mind, because you can stay at peace. And then also you could be mindful about your actions and your intentions in this life. So as I've had this experience, I've told my parents and they looked at me so weird, because, you know, everyone's on their own journey. Everyone has their own spiritual journey, and I respect that. And they thought maybe I was taking some drugs or something, and I didn't. I was completely sober, and the only thing I did was I slapped on the binaural beats, okay? And the thing is, with binaural beats, you know, I was using this, and I had another experience where I had sleep paralysis, and my ex-girlfriend was just standing there watching me, and I could see her watching me, and I was just on the bed and I couldn't move. So these kind of weird antics were happening to me at the time. And all I could say, this was just my portal to learning about these things. So, okay, so as we've moved now, so now I've never had an experience like that ever. And that was, like I said, 5-6 years ago, I had this experience. So yeah, that was my introduction to binaural beats. Now, what's the information on binaural beats on a scientific level? Because people are gonna say this is pseudoscience. So if you Google binaural beats, they're gonna tell you they did an EEG and they didn't find any changes in the mind. And this could be true. But they're not going to push you using binaural beats to heal yourself. Because, like I said, there's an industry that needs to make money off of ailments and off of sickness, you know? So remember that. And if you ever want to find out real information, don't Google it. Go on doc.go and go find out some more stuff, because the stuff that is recommended to you on Google is done through an algorithm. You see me? And a lot of people pay money to be on that first page some way or somehow, okay? So binaural beats is very real, and you can use this to heal yourself. So now I use binaural beats almost every morning or every other day to heal my body. And you feel the difference. If you go listen to 432 hertz and you go listen to 440 hertz, you will feel a difference in your body, okay? And they may say it's a placebo effect, but 432 hertz is actually the universal, it's the universal frequency of this world. And that's a fact. So, so they can't tell you that's not true. So 432 hertz, I let my son listen to it and I see what the effects it has on him. As a kid, as a baby, they're very hyperactive. And I see what happens when I play 432 hertz with him. And he'll hold some stones like a black tourmaline and he'll be calm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing my own studies. I don't look at clinical studies. I do my own because I see it live in the flesh. And people love to use logic a lot, but they don't go off what they see and what they feel, which is more powerful to me. Because me, I'm ambidextrous, right? So I use both sides of my brain. I was born ambidextrous, so I'm very in tune with logic. I understand why people need logic. Trust me, I know the importance of logic, but I also go off of my feeling also and have an intuition, which you need in this life. And most people just use logic. You see me? But you need both. You need both to really progress at a level that is going to go past boundaries. Logic has its boundaries. Science has its boundaries. You see me? So you need to bypass these boundaries. I wouldn't say bypass, but you need to understand that sometimes logic has to catch up, you know? So yeah, binaural beats is very powerful. You can use it to heal yourself. And trust me, I went to a club like a month ago, and I'm assuming that those songs were in 440 hertz because that is the universal standard now. And I felt like the music was attacking me. And this can just be because I'm very aware now. You know, I'm very aware now of the frequencies. And that felt like it was attacking me, you know. But when I listen to 432 hertz meditation, it's soothing. It's soothing. You can feel the difference. But some people may not if they're not in tune with their body, you know. You have to be really in tune and you need to be really mindful. And you may need to go on some kind of like dopamine detox where you just take everything out, because you can't go on a journey of spirituality where you're stacking new methods, new techniques if you don't subtract the BS. You see me? So if you go into a meditation of silence and you have a day of no interaction, minimal interaction, you are going to be so mindful and observe the thoughts, the feelings you have when you do bring in external frequencies like music and stuff like this. So the best way to know if something is having an effect is to subtract everything out and start again. Start your journey again of layering these techniques to spirituality and ascension. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what needs to be done, you know. And trust me, as a producer, I'm very mindful of the frequencies I use, and I know the effect that music can have. You know, a lot of artists, they come up dead, yeah, or they get into problems and they they end up repeating, they end up living the life that they talk about. And the science to this is, firstly, when you speak and when you're vocal, you're using communication, okay? And communication, obviously, what do you use to speak? You're using air, okay? Air is one of the the elements of air, earth, fire, wind, okay? So this is a big element, okay? And when you speak into existence, it is going to the portal of this universe, okay? He's going to the universe. And when you do this, whilst you're on a beat, whilst you're rapping on the beat, think about it. Music holds frequency. Now you're doing this whilst now you're speaking and being vocal and you're rapping on top of a beat, you're now amplifying that frequency. You're now amplifying it, okay? So this is the science to it. This is the science to it. So when you think about manifestations and affirmations and they tell you to talk about your affirmations and you say, all right, I am successful. I am this, I am that, I'm a king, okay? Now think about it, you're a rapper. I'm a gangster. I kill people. I have ops. You say this affirmation all the time on your track, okay? It's pretty much an affirmation. It's an affirmation, right? So you're now doing this on a track with frequencies that could be demonic, and you bring this manifestation back to you. This is how manifestations work, okay? So I'm all about reverse engineering the science and then implementing it for a positive outcome. So what I do is I have my own binaural beats. I have my own I bought a binaural beat track online for $5, and I put my affirmations on there. Okay, I don't need to get into my affirmations because it's personal, but I had my own affirmations and I listen to it every day because I obviously got a home studio, and I recorded on there and I said my affirmations on it, put it on top. I put my vocals on top of the affirmations and I listen to that every day. Okay, it's raining. Yeah, so I put it every day. I listen to it every day, and it transformed me. It transformed me, you get me? So, yeah, that's all I got to say on that, man. Trust me, binaural beats is powerful and it can transform you. And don't wait on science to tell you if it works or not. Do it for yourself. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Peace.